Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to ALs RPOs, bonus video number 5, part 2 of Tin 2. Look at this, because RJ collects sets, absolutely. This is a baseball rookies from Topps, and it says Toys R Us on the top. There's the checklist. So we're continuing here with tin number 2. Gonna carefully open this up and slide this out and check it out. Go down memory lane again. It says Topps 1989 Collector's Edition on the top, so maybe I'll stick to around that time period. Roberto Alomar. You know, this guy finished his career with a batting average of 300 and got 2 World Series rings. But in that first year in '88 in San Diego, in 143 games, he only hit 9 home runs, he stole 24 bases, and had a batting average of .266. Good enough for 5th in Rookie of the Year voting, but it just goes to show you, you never know what a person will turn into with some playing time. Brady Anderson, he was with Boston and then Baltimore in '88. Only 1 home run that year. In 1996, he hit 50 home runs, the 15th player in history to do so. Tim Belcher, he started in '87, played 6 games and got a 2.38 ERA. Then in '88 on the championship Dodgers team, he pitched 36 games and got an ERA of 2.91, so good start there. Damian Berryhill, this guy in '88 hit 7 home runs and had a batting average of .259. Jay Buhner. In '88, he was traded from the Yankees to the Seattle Mariners, came alive power-wise in '91, had a great '95 season with 40 home runs and 121 RBIs, which led to the Seinfeld episode in January of '96. The episode was called The Caddy, and George Costanza's dad has a couple of choice words for George Steinbrenner.
What the hell did you trade Jay Buhner for? He had 30 home runs and over 100 RBIs last year. He's got a rocket for an arm. You don't know what the hell you're doing.
So that's Jay Buhner. Sherman Corbett. In '88, he pitched in 34 games, none of them starts, and got an ERA of 4.14. Then, unfortunately, in the next 2 seasons, he could only pitch in 8 games and not do very well. Kevin Elster. This guy actually played 19 games in '86 and 5 games at '87, but his full rookie year, 149 games, was in '88. He was a good defender and at one time broke a record by playing 88 consecutive games at shortstop without committing an error. Cecil Espy. This guy got his first cup of coffee in the majors in '83 with the Dodgers. Played 20 games there. And then it was the minor leagues until '87 when he played 14 games for Texas. Then in '88, he played 123 games, swiping 33 bases. And in '89, 142 games, 45 stolen bases. Dave Gallagher. This guy was a bit of a journeyman. Played for 7 teams during 9 years. In '88, he played 101 games for the White Sox and hit .303. Ron Gant. In his first full season in '88, he hit 19 home runs and got 19 stolen bases. In '90 and '91, he joined the 30-30 club. 32 home runs each year, 33 and then 34 stolen bases. Paul Gibson. For many years this guy bounced around. He was drafted and then released, and then signed, and then taken Rule 5, and then released again, then picked up again. Finally, in '88, he pitched for 40 games, one of them a start, and got an ERA of 2.93. Mark Grace. In 88, he batted .296. Of course, spent 13 years with the Cubs, and then in 2001, he went to the Diamondbacks in time to finally win a World Series. Brian Harvey. In 87, he pitched 5 scoreless innings, and then in 88, he was a reliever in 50 games, got a 2.13 ERA. His big year would come in 91 when he'd get 46 saves. Darren Jackson. In 12 years, this guy played for the Cubs, the Padres, the Blue Jays, the Mets, the White Sox, the Twins, the Brewers, and even the Seibu Lions in Japan. Now, he's a radio color analyst for the Chicago White Sox. Greg Jeffries. This guy was a highly touted prospect. He was named Baseball America's Minor League Player of the Year in both 86 and 87. In 88 for the Mets, in 29 games, he hit 6 home runs, stole 5 bases, and had a batting average of .321. But in 89, in 141 games, he hit 12 home runs, stole 21 bases, and had a batting average of .258. Ron Jones. Things looked good for him in 88. He got in 33 big league games, hit 8 home runs, and had a batting average of .290. But then the next year, really bad injuries would hamper him and really keep him out of the majors for the following 3 years. Ricky Jordan. In 88, he played 69 games for the Phillies and had a batting average of .308. He was known for being a very good pinch hitter. Roberto Kelly. This guy would play for the Yankees, the Reds, the Braves, the Expos, the Dodgers, the Twins, the Mariners, the Rangers. Then as a coach for the Giants, he got himself 3 rings. In 89, his first full year, he swiped 35 bags and hit .302. Al Leitier. In 88, he would start 14 games and get a 3.92 ERA for the Yankees. He'd go on to win 2 rings with the Blue Jays, 1 ring with the Marlins, and even pitch a no-hitter in 1996. Blackjack McDowell once again. In 88, he would start 26 games for the White Sox and get a 3.97 ERA. Good enough for a card in this very nice set. Melito Perez. In 87, he had a bad 3 starts for the Kansas City Royals, getting an ERA of 7.84. The following year for the Chicago White Sox, 32 starts, 3.79 ERA. Jeff Pico. This guy pitched for 3 seasons with the Chicago Cubs with a career ERA of 4.24. The cool thing about him is that in his big league debut in 1988 against the Cincinnati Reds, he threw a 4-hit shutout. The first Cub to throw a shutout in his debut since Bill Lee did it in 1934. He's a bullpen coach with the Tigers now. Jody Reed. He batted .293 in 1988 for the Boston Red Sox, and that was good enough to come in 3rd in the Rookie of the Year voting. Chris Sabo. In 1988, he hit .271, stole 46 bases, and came in 1st in the Rookie of the Year voting. A Reds Hall of Famer. He's currently the head coach of the University of Akron baseball team. Nelson Santavena. in the very nice Montreal Expos uniform. In 88, he got a batting average of .236 in 92 games, as he was splitting time with the other catcher, Mike Fitzgerald. Mac, the Hacker, Sasser. In 87, he played a bit with the Giants and the Pirates before settling in 88 with the Mets. He hit .285 that year in 60 games. Would always be double clutching the baseball though. Mike Schooler, this guy was a reliever. .354 ERA in 88, but then in 89 and 90 he did better, posting ERAs of .281 and .225. Gary Sheffield, you know this guy had a really good career, but in those first 2 years, 88 and 89, with the Brewers, he only hit 9 home runs, got 13 stolen bases, and had a batting average of .246. Pete Smith. In his first full year in 1988, he started 32 games for Atlanta and got a 3.69 ERA. Not too bad. Pete Staniak. You know, this guy, in 87, he batted .274. Then in 88, he batted .230. And then in 1990, in the minors, it turned out to be his last year. Just too many injuries derailed this guy. It's a shame. Jeff Treadway. This is another guy that was really limited by injuries. In 87, 23 games, a batting average of .333, but then in 88, 103 games, a batting average of .252. He was then traded to Atlanta. Walt Weiss. In 88, his defense was so good, he was voted as the Rookie of the Year that year. But in the World Series in Game 4, he had a very costly error, and the Dodgers went on to win that series, of course, in 5 games. Weiss would win the World Series the following year, though, with Oakland, and he was the bench coach for the Atlanta Braves, who just won the World Series. And Dave West is gonna close us out in 88. He only pitched 6 innings for the Mets, getting an ERA of 3. Then in 89, he pitched 24 innings for the Mets, getting an ERA of 7.4. He was then traded to the Twins, pitched 39 innings for them, and had an ERA at that time of 6.41. When the Twins won the World Series in 1991, he appeared in 2 games but recorded no outs, allowed 2 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, 6 total batters, and ended with an ERA of infinity. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another really nice looking set from RJ Collect Sets. Thank you very much for watching this part 2. We'll finish up tin number 2 tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Be taking care, everybody. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.